What is up, MFers, and welcome to ICAST 2018. I am in Orlando, Florida, home of humidity and really hot heat at 8 in the morning. I'm actually really jacked. This is the first time I have ever been to an ICAST event. This is something I've wanted to do literally since I was like super young. Since I pretty much had access to the internet, I was always looking up, seeing what baits, what products, and everything was new in the fishing industry, because it's like, I don't know, it's the coolest thing ever. For those of you that aren't aware, ICAST is the biggest sport fishing convention in the entire world. Like, this is maybe 1% of it. A lot of you guys liked the Bassmaster Classic videos. This is like 10 times that size. Unfortunately, it's only open to exhibitors, media members, and of course professional fishermen that are along with the companies that they represent. Now, this is actually the second day I've been here. I walked around yesterday. I kind of needed a day to just absorb it. Had a lot of business meetings, talked to a ton of different companies, learned a whole bunch of different stuff. There's like no possible way you could see every single thing that's here. As you guys can see, it's fishing products on top of fishing products. And so in today's video, I'm going to show you the good, the bad, the ugly, the politics, everything that goes along with ICAST that I've learned in my one day yesterday, and of course all the new products. What? Dude, who are these guys?
I don't know, we've been following you for a while.
Yeah, these guys are a bunch of creeps following me around.
Yes,
but
yes we are.
I'm doing like I'm going around talking about all the new products here.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna throw a bunch of shade at a bunch of shitty ones, and then talk about the politics of ICAST too.
Let's do it.
Ooh, all right,
like fun.
Great.
Good.
So that is the goal for the video today, and yeah, let's see what happens. I just kind of wanted to check out some of these products in the tank. If you guys could, show them to me. I like this guy a lot. So that's like a flopper style bait?
Yeah, that's right. And we wanted to incorporate the segment into this one.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I saw
so
that in the showcase over
just
there.
to give it a dying, sort of stunned fish look. And then we've got offset props on it, so that gives it a kind of a unique look. I'll just give her a little. So on the slow, you really see that jiggling head.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
And then if we want to speed her up a little bit, you're going to get the...
You can still have the head quiver too. Interesting. Where are you guys from?
We're from Australia.
Okay, sweet.
But we have our distribution here in Florida.
Awesome.
So all this gear will be in stores really soon.
Yeah.
And you can also get it on chasebaitsusa.com.
Sweet. Yeah. Love it.
You want to see the frog?
Yeah, let me check the frog out. That's nice, man.
That took a really long time to get those legs perfect.
I believe that.
We're using 10x material on that, so it's nice and strong. A good elastic movement.
Perfect. I love that material, man.
Yeah, no, it's strong. It stretches.
Super durable.
It lasts. It's durable.
You can paint it.
That's it.
Love it. That was totally badass. A jointed plopping style bait. It's actually a bait that I've been wanting to make in my garage for a long time, but that's one of the coolest baits that I have seen at this entire show. That's awesome. I love it. Love it. 3-man? All right, so this is a 3-man tent. I'm gonna have to get one of these. All right, guys, next stop is at the Pier fishing booth. I wanna show you a couple baits that they came out with. Maybe you guys have seen something similar before. I've never seen a bait that looks like this bait. I've never seen anything that looks anything like this, this Chapo, they're calling it. I think it's called the Ploppo 120. I don't know why they would call it that. And then we got the what is it? Nope, Cane Walker. It's not called a shower blade, but super original bait. Love how this guy looks. And then, actually, this is kind of a cool bait. A lot of you guys in the Ozarks that throw the Cotton Cordell redfin, we got a jointed redfin. This one probably doesn't cast like a piece of bread though. Probably can kick out the booth for saying they copy all the baits, but whatever. What do you do? This one's kind of cool too. Jaywalker. I think this is called the Spook Walker. Yeah, Spook Walker. Never seen one like that before either. So yeah, more super original, another original bait from the Pier fishing. I did see a creature bait that I like though. This is a cool creature bait. It's called the Jester. This one's something that actually is an original bait. I don't know, kind of cool. Kind of cool to see how that guy works, but not a whole lot of very unique or innovative stuff coming out from these guys. Now the next company, which I am not associated with at all, but it seems like a pretty damn good product. Best Freshwater Reel is what it won, is the new Corrado DC. As you guys know, we took the old Corrado name and made it a digital control reel. So the high dollar $400 to $500, $600 Antares, a couple other reels they got, Metanium they have in the DC. They now did it with a lower price point at $250. So definitely, hopefully, a winner here. I should be getting a couple of these to test out from Tackle Freaks in the coming months. So this is one that I was actually excited about before I came to ICAST, because I know a lot of you guys don't have $250, $400, $600 to drop on a reel. Shimano put their name actually on this new reel, the SLX. This is a really good looking reel. Everything feels really rock solid with it. It still remains light, but it doesn't feel like it's a piece of junk. You know, some of the Pier fishing stuff, some of the Abu Garcia stuff, when they made it lighter, like casking and stuff like that, turned into just a cheap feeling reel that components pretty much fell apart. If you guys have some of those, you probably know what I'm talking about. This one doesn't feel that way, so I'm definitely gonna have to pick up a couple more of these two and see how they feel. Steal this for a second. This is another bait I actually really like. You guys know I throw the D-bomb in pretty much every single one of my videos, catch a million fish on it. They came out with this tiny micro jig. Look how small that thing is. I mean, that thing's gonna be great for any type of finesse situation. You got the little craw bait on the back of that, but yeah, Bitsy Bug is a big bait in my arsenal. This guy's like even smaller. And I mean, even for like trout guys, crappie guys, stuff like that, this bait is still gonna catch them.
You got new colors in the D-bomb, do you see those?
Nope, I haven't, but I must see them.
Super Craw is a triple laminate, pumpkin seed on top,
yeah, it's like the desert craw kind of.
and then the green pumpkin in the middle.
That's awesome.
Which is a kind of different spin on the PBJ.
Yeah,
Check
I
out
like
the
that.
silver flake in the J.
Yeah.
Then my personal favorite in the Destroyer and Baby Destroyer, another triple laminate, Candy Bomb, watermelon candy, green pumpkin candy with a chartreuse vein.
Love it. That's awesome. Almost always through the black and blue one, but I really got this summer into the candy grass color. Been catching a ton of good fish. Using it as a jig trailer, flipping docks and stuff with that too. But good deal, man. Thanks for showing me that.
Yeah, man.
You guys know I like to use a lot of the Rage Tail products, and one of my favorite ones that I use is this guy, the Rage Cutter Worm. Now in a larger size. So this is like a 7-inch size. It was in the 6-inch. I think it's like 5 3/4 actually. They probably don't have it marked right, it's Strike King, but 7-inch size. Absolutely going to be a killer. And then something else, a really good bait that maybe people don't talk about quite enough is the Game Hog, and Strike King actually made it a little bit bigger. Now we have the Magnum Game Hog. So a couple new things from Strike King that are kind of cool. And oh yeah, another different size. If you guys throw frogs, popping frogs, we now have the Hack Attack. I don't even know what that's called. It's like the popping, oh, the Pad Perch. We got the Pad Perch. That's a totally new frog. And then a smaller size of the Poppin' Perch. So pretty cool. Those are some cool new baits, some of the cooler things. You know, it seems like there's a lot of companies that are coming out with a lot of really stupid stuff, a lot of new gimmicky stuff. And the companies that have been around for a long time, and maybe the more successful companies, you know, 6th Sense Lures, I did a product showcase on them the other day, a little live feed. They're just making baits and tweaking them, making sizes, noises, everything a little bit better, filling out their product line, which to me is so freaking much better than making some freaking gimmick to try to win best of show. Okay, MFers, obviously back home now, back home from the ICAST. Amazing, amazing show, and like I was saying earlier, unfortunately it was like completely impossible to get around to everyone to film everything, because my whole plan of attack was to like walk around for 2 days. I was only there for 2 days of the show, get a sense for everything, and then put this video together so I can show you guys some of my favorite products. So I looked around, and I was like, okay, the last day in the afternoon, I'm gonna go back through it and film a whole bunch of stuff with all these baits, talking about them. Well, just so as it happens, everyone had picked up a lot of their stuff. I kept running into people that I needed to talk with and stuff, and I didn't get everything shot for this video that I wanted to, but that's okay. We're gonna talk a little bit now. I'll show you some pictures of some stuff, some products I want best, and show some stuff I completely disagree with that I think is freaking ridiculous, and kind of talk about some of that stuff. All right, let's dive into that. All right, so let's talk about the best in show for ICAST. Well, I'd heard about this, but like I said, this is the first ICAST I had been to, but apparently there's a lot of politics that go into the best in show awards. So what you're seeing as best in show might just be with what the panel of judges maybe was persuaded to vote, or maybe they aren't really fishermen or serious fishermen like you and I are so much. And so some interesting things end up winning the Best in Show awards every year, and this year is no exception to that. So let's talk about some of the stuff, the Best in Show awards that I liked, and some that I thought were absolutely ridiculous. Why not just start with some that I thought were absolutely ridiculous? We're going to talk about the #1 lure that I totally disagree with, and that was the winner in the hard bait category. The winner for that was the Weston Freddy the Frog. Now, don't get me wrong, this thing looks like something that would be cool to shoot like a challenge video with. You know, go out and see if you could actually catch a fish on this thing, and it had pretty decent action, but at the same time, I don't think it's going to be anything more than that. If you look at the thing, how practical is it? It's not weedless at all. I saw it in the water. Honestly, it doesn't look that great in the water. Now, I'm biased towards the 6th Sense stuff with all the hard baits they came out with, but there were so many hard baits that were actually practical hard baits that you see something like that win and you're like, kind of gimmicky, and it just caught one of those baits, I guess, that would catch the fisherman, not so much the fish. Not to say it wouldn't catch any fish. I'm sure something would eat it potentially, maybe at some point, but come on. Another one I saw that it looks cool, but I don't think it's very practical, is the Live Target Hollow Body Craw. Now, obviously, it's on the bottom. It's a bottom bait. It's a more realistic bait, a realistic craw, and it's got the silicone skirting on it to make it look like a jig. Theoretically, seems like it'd be a good idea, but there is no way that thing is going to work better than your everyday $3 jig. There just isn't. I've used supernatural craw baits. I struggle with them, and to be honest, the realism of that bait is not any better really than your typical jig, except they're gonna charge 10 bucks for it. So I don't know where they're going with that. Another Best in Show I didn't agree with at all was the VMC Nico Skirt. Now, this is basically a nail weight. We do it with a Nico rig. You know, I like to throw the Nico rig, so this was something I was interested in. And then they put some silicone strands in it off the sides. Now, silicone skirting is great. You catch fish on jigs and spinner baits and all sorts of skirted baits, but the reason that silicone's added is so it's more lively in the water. It adds bulk to a jig profile, something. I don't see how adding strands off the side on the bottom of the lake is going to add any more appeal to a Nico bait. In my opinion, what should have won that was the Nico hook that Trocar put out. They actually put out a brand new super sharp Trocar Nico hook. Looked absolutely awesome. Again, no affiliation with that company, just my opinion of what should have won. Now, another one final one that I think is absolutely freaking ridiculous was the Best in Show winner of Footwear. The winner of Footwear was the River's Edge Products fish sandals. Freaking like something you would see in like a Facebook ad or something that you would give as like a gag gift, which is ridiculous. You got companies coming out with badass fishing footwear. Like, I'm not even a big fan of the company, but look at Hook. They came out with 2 really awesome shoes. They came out with one that the saltwater guys are gonna love. It's like a boot that's like a waterproof boot. And then another one, they called it a tennis shoe, but it was like waterproof and stuff, totally badass. And then a bunch of other companies come out with good footwear, and they spend so many hours and thousands of dollars developing, and you freaking vote on a fish sandal as the Best in Show footwear? Come on! And as I alluded to earlier, I love the companies that are sustained companies that bring out smart fish catching products every year, like 6th Sense lures. I'll tell you what my favorite 6th Sense bait they came out with. I didn't really talk about that in the other video because I'm honestly pretty jacked about a lot of them. Definitely the one I'm most excited about is the C6, the Cloud9 C6. So you now have a 6 to 8 foot diver in that line, which is going to catch me a ton of fish. I'm actually going to use it tomorrow, so you'll probably be seeing me catch some fish in the next video or the one after that. I only have like 3 of them because that's all I could snag since they aren't coming out until like January, but that's going to be a killer bait. Another big theme at the show was plopper type baits. I already threw some shade at Berkeley for completely knocking off the Whopper plopper, making a bait that's almost exactly identical to it. You know, be a little bit original, try your own thing. Like that Chase Baits one, the jointed one, that was something that I've tinkered with making those on my own. Pretty jacked about that. And then Savage Gear came out with a bunch of different profiles, bait fish stuff with a different tail on the back of it. Those look cool as well. I don't know if they're gonna catch them better than the original plopper, but it was a little bit more innovative than just, you know, pouring the exact same mold and calling it the Chapo or something like that. That was a little ridiculous. A few more things I liked. Another reel that was really good I didn't get around to was Daiwa came out with the new Tatula. The Tatula 100, it's going to be price point about $130, and it's going to be the most, they say it's the most low profile reel on the market. So if you have little hands or you like a super low profile reel, That's one you guys need to check out when it's available. Sunglasses wise, Costa Del Mar won the award in best eyewear with the Baffin. Something really cool they're doing that I learned about, they actually are using recycled fishing nets that they've taken out of the sea, melting them down, forming them into pellets, and then they melt the pellets down and they're actually making the sunglasses, the frames, out of those pellets. So they're always big on conservation. That's always a thumbs up from me. Plus they were really slick looking eyewear. They looked like they were great frames. I might pick up a pair. And last but not least, something I'm probably most impressed about from the entire show, but I literally probably have the least idea how to use it because it looked like it was something that's gonna take some time for me to figure out if I do end up getting it, is the Garmin Panoptix Live Scope. I believe it won overall best in show. Basically, Garmin's had Panoptix where you can see in front of you or to the sides or whatever, see what's going on down there, on a fish finder that is, basically on a screen. And now they have the Live Scope, so it's like a television basically of what's happening. You can see fish coming up to your baits, you can see fish reacting to your baits, reacting to schools of bait fish and stuff. If you can dial that in and get to use that, I'm not going to say it's going to be a game changer because nothing really can be a game changer in fishing in my opinion. It's just another tool for the job, but incredible technology. I'm super excited to see where that goes. And to be honest, the Panoptix and this Live Scope and stuff making me pretty interested in switching over to Garmin and trying some of their stuff out. But anyways guys, that's all I got for you. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought about this video, your favorite product that you saw. Maybe let me know if you want to see me use any of these baits, any videos moving forward, or what baits you're excited to go pick up yourself. But thanks so much for watching this video. I'm out of here. Peace.
I'm not sorry. I can't help this love like mine. I'm not sorry. I can't stop with a love like mine.